Informative speech take 3 and action. As theater and movies have evolved, we are sometimes left with many questions. What is the writer of the story trying to tell us? What is the key plot in that story? Why did the actors portray it the way they did? Why did they use that music? We are also left with questions we don't think about right away. Why did they use that set, costume, or makeup on that scene? Why did they use that camera angle? What message or emotion are they trying to convey by using them? We are also, in the days of the ancient Greeks, Romans, and Japanese, theater became a way of life. They would usually have actors in an amphitheater, so everyone could see and hear these actors. These actors would sometimes just have to improvise to play a character with no sets. They had to make the story they portrayed believable to the audience. As years went by, that experience became more believable. William Shakespeare changed the way of theater in Europe with his poetic tragedies. The legacy lives on today, and it continues to invoke many emotions with audiences around the globe. On June 11, 1878, Edward Muybridge, a photographer, was asked to take a series of still pictures of a horse in motion. Was trying to win a bet that all the horse's hooves were off the ground at a certain point in the horse's gallop or stride. This was a difficult task for Edward, but he got the idea to set up several cameras in a row, and as the horse walked by the camera, it pulled the string and triggered the photograph. In the end, the bet was won, and the photographer, without realizing it, had created the first motion picture. A photographer named Louis Lumiere invented a way to take many pictures by inventing his own celluloid film. He then put it in a dark box, and by turning the handle, the film would be exposed for just a split second. And that way he took many different pictures, many different films from all over the city, even a picture of a train coming into the station. However, when he showed this film to a theater full of people, they fled the theater in terror because they thought that the train was going to crash right into them. Now, this may be laughable in this day and age. However, if you had never seen a 3D film before and went to a theater and put those 3D glasses on and got into your motion-sensitive seat, and then they showed a train coming right at you, even though you know it's not real, it would still take your breath away. Whether it's a recorded play or a theatrical play being performed before you, it's hard to believe. It's hard to be able to absorb everything that's going on at once. A lot of times, the writer and director want to tell you a story without flat out telling you flat out telling you the answers to these questions. They want to make us think and take away a new perspective when we walk out of the theater. They may not always want you to see the details in a scene because then you miss the whole picture they've painted. When you see these details, it gives a new admiration for the whole picture. When you go to a movie or a play, do you see these details? First you have the sets and the details that went into them, giving you a sense of place and time. Then, beautiful costumes. Do they reflect the time and space of the story? Then the makeup and the special effects. Do they hold true to the action of the story, or do they take away from the atmosphere? Then you have the play as a whole and the way that it is performed. Is it believable to you? The actors and their emotions, do they touch your heart? Or are you left feeling a little bland as far as their emotions, as far as their acting skills go? Now, these thoughts help you walk out of a theater with new admiration of everything that went into the performance for your entertainment. At times you walk out feeling exhilarated because the story has drawn you in and granted you a new perspective. If all these things have helped to change your perspective and the way you think and feel about theater, then you have walked away from the performance or story with a new sense of purpose. And if the performance has done this, then everything that went into creating it was not in vain. Then they have fulfilled their goal in helping you escape from the world around you, if only for a short while. I hope that these things will help you come to realize the grand design that is the illusion of theater and film. And my prop has failed.